Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you is something most men never figure out, and it's the exact reason they get ignored, friend-zoned, or eventually left. Women are not drawn to what they fully understand. They're drawn to mystery, to the unanswered questions, to the gaps that force them to think about you even when you're not around. And yet, most men do the complete opposite. They think that if they reveal everything, what they're doing, how they feel, their entire past, their daily routines, that it will build trust and closeness. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Oversharing doesn't create attraction, it kills it. Why? Because when you tell her everything, you remove her curiosity. You take away her ability to wonder about you, to imagine your life when she's not in it. That imagination is powerful. It's what fuels her desire. And without it, she'll eventually feel like she already knows everything there is to know about you. And nobody craves what they've already fully figured out. Think about the movies or books you love. What keeps you hooked? It's not when everything is explained up front. It's the suspense, the tension, the mystery that makes you want to keep turning the page. If a story spoiled itself in the first 10 minutes, you'd walk away bored. Women feel the same way about men. When you reveal too much too soon, you strip yourself of intrigue. You become predictable, and predictability is poison to attraction. The truth is, not everything needs to be spoken. Mystery doesn't mean lying, and it doesn't mean playing childish games. It means protecting parts of yourself so that she has to earn the right to see them. It means letting your actions speak louder than your words. It means giving her just enough to stay interested, but never so much that she feels there's nothing left to discover. Women chase mystery because it sparks emotion, and emotion is what keeps you unforgettable. Remember this: silence has weight. When you hold something back, you're not being distant. You're being powerful. And that power is what makes her respect you. Attraction doesn't come from being an open book. It comes from being a story she can't stop trying to read. Now let's talk about the first secret you must never reveal: your deepest insecurities. This one alone has destroyed more attraction than most men realize. You've been told that vulnerability builds intimacy, that opening up and confessing your doubts will make her love you more. But here's the raw truth. When you spill your insecurities to a woman, you don't build closeness. You erode respect. Picture this. You're with a woman you care about, and you decide to open up. You say, "Sometimes I don't feel good enough," or "I'm scared of losing everything." In that moment, she might hug you. She might even say the words, "It's okay, I understand." And you'll feel a little lighter because you think you shared a part of yourself. But what really happened is far more dangerous. You planted a seed in her mind, a permanent shift in how she sees you. From that moment forward, she doesn't just remember your smile, your strength, or your presence. She remembers the cracks you showed her, and when life throws challenges at both of you, she won't be able to forget those words. Instead of seeing you as the rock she can lean on, she'll see the weakness you confessed. Attraction doesn't die in big moments. It dies in small shifts of perception, the ones you never notice until it's too late. Now don't get this twisted. I'm not telling you to bottle everything up and suffer in silence. Every man faces insecurity. The difference is how you handle it. Strong men master their doubts privately. They write them down, they confront them, they sharpen themselves through discipline. Weak men spill their fears to the woman they want to admire them, and then wonder why her attraction fades. The solution is simple but not easy. You must learn to carry your insecurities with silence and strength until you've mastered them. And once you've mastered them, you no longer need to confess them. They become part of the man you've built. Remember this: relief in the moment is not worth the permanent loss of respect. Ask yourself, do you want temporary comfort or do you want lasting attraction? A man who chooses comfort loses both. A man who chooses discipline earns respect. This one is a trap almost every man falls into, and it's a trap you can't win. At some point, a woman will lean in with a smile and ask, "So how many women have you been with?" Or she'll say, "Tell me about your exes." And you'll think being honest is the right move. You'll think that sharing the truth, whether your number is high or low, will build trust. But here's the reality. The moment you answer honestly, you've already lost. If you say your number is high, she'll laugh in the moment but file it away. She'll picture you as a man who can't settle, a player who's always looking for the next best thing. And once that image is in her mind, no amount of reassurance will erase it. If you say your number is low, she might smile sweetly, but deep down, she'll start questioning your experience, your desirability, maybe even your ability to attract women. Either way, you're handing her ammunition that can only be used against you later. That's why smart men never play this game. They understand that your past doesn't define your value. Your presence does. When she asks about your history, what she's really doing is testing your frame. She's not looking for facts. She's looking to see if you'll fold under pressure. And if you do, you've failed the test. The right move is to stay calm, redirect with charm, and give her nothing concrete to use against you. Say something like, "Enough to know what I want, and wise enough to know what I won't settle for." Or simply smile and change the subject. That way, you keep your mystery intact while showing confidence and control. Remember this: your past belongs to you. It's not her job to audit it, and it's not your job to hand it over like a confession. Women don't crave a man who justifies himself. They crave a man who owns himself. Protect your history, protect your frame, and never let curiosity bait you into losing respect. Now let's get into one of the most dangerous secrets men reveal: money. At some point, she'll ask how much you make. She might do it playfully, she might do it casually, but don't be fooled. The moment you give her an exact number, you shift how she values you, and it's almost never in your favor. If you tell her you make very little, she may smile and say it doesn't matter, but deep inside, she'll start to see you as limited. She'll begin to wonder if you can provide the lifestyle she dreams about, and her respect will quietly shrink. If you tell her you make a lot, she may seem impressed at first, but now you've created a different problem. Her expectations will rise, she'll unconsciously measure your worth by what you can provide, and suddenly the relationship becomes less about who you are and more about what you can buy. Either way, by revealing your finances, you put yourself in a box. Men who understand power don't talk about numbers. They talk about vision. Because a woman doesn't truly want to know the exact dollar amount. What she wants to feel is whether you're a man with ambition, direction, and control over his life. A man who might not be where he wants to be yet, but who is clearly moving forward. That's infinitely more attractive than any paycheck. So when she asks, "How much do you make?" don't make the rookie mistake of turning it into a confession. Redirect with strength. Say, "Enough to take care of what matters, and focused on building more." That answer communicates security, ambition, and control without giving her anything to judge you by. Money is not your identity. It's a tool, a resource, and a reflection of your direction. Protect that truth. Because the moment you reduce yourself to a number, you stop being a man with vision and start being an income with legs. And no woman truly respects that. Every man has fears: fear of failure, fear of rejection, Fear of losing status, fear of ending up alone. That's normal. But here's the part most men don't understand. Fear itself doesn't kill attraction. Confessing fear does. Women don't respect a man who unloads his fears onto her like she's his therapist. Why? Because the moment you speak those fears out loud, you stop being the protector and start being the project. She no longer sees you as the man she can lean on. Instead, she feels like she has to carry the weight you just dumped on her shoulders. And once that shift happens, attraction begins to die. Think about it. Imagine you tell her, "I'm scared I'll never be good enough," or "I'm terrified of losing my job." She may hug you, she may whisper, "It's okay, I believe in you." But deep inside, something changes. She no longer feels safe in your presence. She starts questioning whether she can rely on you when life really tests both of you. The truth is, women crave courage more than comfort. They don't want you to share every storm that rages inside of you. They want to feel that you can stand firm in the storm and shield them from it. Real masculinity isn't about never having fear. It's about carrying it silently and acting in spite of it. It's about facing your doubts in private, mastering them with discipline, and letting her see only your strength, never your hesitation. This doesn't mean you ignore fear. It means you convert it into action. You write it down. You train harder. You build resilience. You handle it in ways that make you stronger instead of weaker. Because when you speak fear, you spread it. But when you master fear, you radiate strength. Remember this: women don't fall in love with men who need saving. They fall in love with men who stand tall despite uncertainty. So the next time fear grips you, don't hand it to her. Let her see your courage, not your weakness. That silence will make her respect you. That strength will make her crave you. And that discipline will keep you unforgettable. Let's move on to another secret men love to confess, thinking it will build closeness: betrayal. You've been hurt before. Maybe your ex cheated. Maybe someone used you, lied to you, or left you broken. And when you're with a new woman, you feel like telling her everything will make her understand you better. But here's the hard truth. The moment you tell a woman how badly other women wronged you, you don't look strong. You look like a victim. And women don't crave victims. They crave men who rise above pain without needing to broadcast it. Think about what really happens when you say, "My ex cheated on me," or "I've been used before." She may nod, she may even say she's sorry, but in her mind, a dangerous thought takes root. If other women didn't value him, why should I? Instead of pity turning into loyalty, it often turns into doubt. And doubt is the silent killer of attraction. The difference between a man who earns respect and a man who loses it is how he handles betrayal. Weak men carry wounds forward. They retell the same stories. They drag the past into the present, and they let pain define them. Strong men do the opposite. They turn betrayal into lessons. They take the scar, not the wound, and they move forward sharper, wiser, and harder to break. That's the energy women respect. When you keep reliving old pain, you tell her you haven't healed. But when you move with calm strength, you show her you've conquered it. And here's the truth. She doesn't need your pain. She needs your presence. She doesn't want to feel like she's competing with ghosts. She wants to feel like she's standing beside a man who buried his past and built himself stronger because of it. So here's the rule. Never speak of betrayal as a wound still bleeding. Speak only of the man you became because of it. Or better yet, don't speak of it at all. Show her through your character, not your confessions, that no betrayal can break you. That's how you earn respect. That's how you stay unforgettable. Every man has weak spots. Maybe it's a lack of discipline. Maybe it's a bad habit you can't shake. Maybe it's an addiction you've battled with for years. That's human. But here's what separates strong men from weak ones. Strong men master their weaknesses in silence, while weak men confess them out loud, hoping for sympathy. And sympathy is the death of respect. The moment you tell a woman, "I can't control myself when it comes to this," or "I always struggle with that," you're etching an image of helplessness into her mind. She may smile, she may hug you, she may even say, "It's okay, I'll help you through it." But deep down, she loses a piece of respect. Why? Because she doesn't want to be your caretaker. She doesn't want to feel like she's dating a man who can't conquer himself. Women are drawn to strength, discipline, and direction. And nothing kills that image faster than openly admitting you have no control. Respect doesn't come from spoken vulnerability. It comes from demonstrated mastery. If you've overcome a weakness, if you've turned it into a scar of victory, then fine. Let her see the man who fought battles and won. But never hand her the open wound. That's not courage, that's dependency. Think about history's greatest leaders. Did they advertise their weak spots? Number. They worked in silence until those weaknesses could no longer hold them back. Then they stepped into the world with scars that proved their strength. That's the energy that inspires trust, loyalty, and attraction. So here's the truth. Don't tell her where you stumble. Show her where you stand. Don't confess the chains you're still trying to break. Show her the man who already broke them. Because scars of victory inspire respect. Open wounds inspire doubt. And once she doubts you, attraction fades. Remember this. Women don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with direction. Show her a man who conquers himself every day. That's the kind of man she'll never forget. Let's hit one more, because it's a silent killer most men don't even realize. Doubt. Every man questions himself sometimes. Am I good enough? Am I making the right moves? Do I really have what it takes? That's natural. But the moment you hand those doubts to a woman in words, you plant cracks in the foundation of how she sees you. If you look her in the eye and say, "I don't know if I'm good enough," she may comfort you in the moment. But from that day forward, her faith in you will never be the same. Attraction doesn't survive in uncertainty. Women crave stability. They want to feel like no matter what, you've got it under control. Even if behind the scenes you're still figuring things out. Leadership requires certainty, even when you don't have all the answers. Imagine a general standing before his soldiers and saying, "I'm not sure we can win." Do you think they'd follow him into battle? Of course not. Doubt kills conviction. And conviction is what women need to feel when they're with you. This doesn't mean you won't ever question yourself. Doubt is part of growth. The difference is how you handle it. Weak men spill their uncertainty to women, hoping for reassurance. Strong men face doubt privately, turn it into discipline, and let actions speak louder than fear. Doubt is fuel, not confession. When you feel it, push harder, train harder, work smarter. Build results that silence your own hesitation. Because when you tell a woman you doubt yourself, she starts doubting you too. But when you carry yourself with calm certainty, even in uncertainty, she feels safe, secure, and drawn to you. Remember this. Women don't need every detail of what you're figuring out. They need to feel your presence, your certainty, and your ability to lead no matter what. Stability is magnetic. Hesitation is poison. So the next time you hear that voice of doubt, don't hand it to her. Conquer it in silence. Show her your resolve, not your uncertainty. That's what keeps her respect alive. That's what makes her stay. By now you've seen the pattern. Every secret we've covered, insecurities, past with women, finances, fears, betrayals, weaknesses, and doubts, has one thing in common. The moment you confess them to a woman, you chip away at her respect for you. And once respect starts to fade, attraction follows right behind it. See, women aren't sitting around waiting for a man to dump his soul onto them. They don't want every detail of your past, every fear in your heart, or every weakness you battle with. What they want is presence. They want composure. They want a man who knows himself so well that he doesn't need constant validation or emotional bandages. That's why mystery is so powerful. When you hold something back, you give her space to wonder, to imagine, to stay intrigued. That curiosity fuels attraction in a way raw honesty never can. And when you carry yourself with composure, when you show that you can handle your emotions without spilling them, you radiate confidence. That's what makes her feel safe in your presence. And finally, when you master yourself, when you show discipline and direction, you set yourself apart from every other man who's out here begging for sympathy. Don't get it twisted. This isn't about lying. It's not about being fake. It's about protecting your frame. It's about showing up as the man she can respect, admire, and lean on. Not as another guy who uses her as a dumping ground for his insecurities. Attraction doesn't thrive on oversharing. It thrives on leadership. And leadership starts with mastering yourself and choosing silence over confession. Remember this: women don't lose interest because you're not perfect. They lose interest because you make them doubt your strength. Don't give them reasons to doubt. Guard your secrets. Guard your frame. That's how you keep respect alive. Let me leave you with this truth, and it might sting a little. Respect comes before love, and once respect is gone, attraction dies. A woman can love you and still walk away, but she will never leave a man she truly respects. That's why keeping these secrets private isn't optional. It's survival. Every time you hand over your insecurities, your fears, or your doubts, you trade short-term comfort for long-term loss. And when she loses respect, nothing you say or do will bring it back. So here's your wake-up call. Guard your frame like your life depends on it. Protect your secrets. Carry your fears with discipline. Keep your weaknesses private until you've turned them into scars of victory. Lead with composure, not confessions. Be the man she can lean on, not the man who leans on her. Because in the end, attraction doesn't come from how much you share. It comes from how much strength you show. Men, it's time to step up. The world is full of guys giving away their power, begging for approval, and wondering why women walk all over them. Don't be that man. Be the exception. Be the standard. Embody the strength that makes her crave you, respect you, and fight to keep you. And if you've been listening closely, you know this isn't about games. It's about presence, leadership, and self-mastery. Now, before you go, pay attention. In the next video, I'm going to expose the exact psychological tests women use to check your strength without you even realizing it. You think you've never been tested? You're about to find out how wrong you are. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and get ready, because what's coming next is going to change the way you see every interaction with women. Until then, hold your secrets close, and hold your power even closer. This video was great, but this video on the right-hand side is even more helpful.